So sorry we didn't make it in yesterday. I'm just so tired. I had so many papers to grade. I was sick. But I'm starting to get a little bit better. I think. We'll see. Okay, let me tweet this out. What's up, Bane? What's up, Nagarake? Senna's banned. I mean, it would give me a potential counter pick. Like, they could go Nautilus here. Nautilus or Leona would be kind of annoying. But it's good for me to kind of practice that matchup too. I think it can be done, especially if you go Guardian on Soraka. Hey, thanks, Mohammed. I appreciate it, buddy. Yes, I definitely think tanks are coming back. Let me see what this guy wants.
My heart and sword, always for Demacia.
But yeah, I'm going to have a whole breakdown of everything that I think is going on up until the season. But yes, I do think that tanks are coming back, and I do think that enchanters will be stronger. If I had to pick one breakout support, I think it will be Soraka in the preseason.
Let me guide you.
Yeah, against Thresh, we'll probably stick with Ingenious. Maybe. Yeah, we'll stick with Ingenious. That's fine. I don't think Tom's coming back, probably. Maybe. When I'm saying tanks are coming back, I'm thinking things like, there's already some tanks that have been coming back. I think things like Mundo will be stronger. I think Ornn is starting to see some more action. He's seeing some more play. Zach is pretty good. He's coming back. I've seen some decent Malakais lately. Possibly Sejuani. She's been nerfed a lot, but those are the kind of tanks I'm talking about. I think bot lane tanks will actually be hurt quite a bit by the changes because the Aftershock really hurts bot lane tanks because you don't get a lot of extra armor. You get some, but you just don't have the money to scale. And early on, you're losing a lot of armor and magic resist off the Aftershock when you're playing something like Leona, Thresh, Nautilus, and things like that. And so I think they'll still be good. But if you get big extra tanks, like, you know, the big tanks that can get like real tank items and really scale. I think that means enchanters will be better than engaged tanks in the bot lane. We'll see. So I'm thinking like Janna is already pretty high win rate. I think she goes up a lot. I think Soraka goes up a lot. And then I think champions like Jinx will go up a lot of priority too. Because then they'll actually have a front line to protect them. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. Maybe Shen. Yeah, I don't know about Poppy. Maybe Poppy. I mean, you see her some. I don't know how she matches up against some of these other tanks. And you'll still have like the Garen and the Darius that are pretty good against tanks. Vayne might get a little better. Oh, black screen. Okay, my bad. Let me fix it. Sorry, I didn't have the screen up. Hopefully they don't kill me. I probably should not be standing there with the Thresh. Possible.
The whole world
what?
in balance.
Okay. Alright, let me pop out the chat. I forgot to pop out the chat too.
Minions have spawned.
And I did just I made a video tonight. I haven't released yet. I'll probably release it after the stream. About I don't think Tarek's coming back now. He's got too many problems. I think that Soraka just massacres Tarek. If it's coming down to like 5v5 team fights, I mean Soraka is like really strong right now. I think she's one of the least appreciated supports.
Gracefully.
I've kind of figured that out recently with like the Guardian build and then going for the Ghost Poro and Genius Hunter. After those buffs, like maybe 3 or 4 patches ago, it was pretty strong. Wow. That was unfortunate. That too close. They are really like just running in random ass directions. Get these Qs, or I'm just rusty because I haven't played in a while. A couple days. Yeah, I got that one though, thanks. Yeah. I mean, Soraka's like healing is extreme after those changes.
To heal and protect.
We'll go ahead and get the heal just in case Thresh like flash plays or something.
This is
Maybe Trundle. I don't know. Trundle's got a lot of problems, but yeah, that'll certainly help him out a little bit. The Conqueror nerf obviously is the huge deal. Is. Where was that? Okay, that was around the blue buff.
An enemy has been slain.
We do not want to get hooked under tower while we have this much of an advantage.
a new journey. In balance.
That was good. Any plans for Thanksgiving? Yeah, there's always plans. It's just there's too many plans. Yeah, we're gonna try to hang out with both families for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ionian Boot. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get Ionians and a control ward. Help me dodge it since I don't have flash. I think the movement speed's important. But yeah, I think we're gonna be hanging out with the wife's family on Thanksgiving proper. It's about they live in a town, it's about an hour and a half away, and then we'll be hanging out with, you know, my side of the family on maybe the weekend after. So yeah, we'll be seeing a couple different family members eating a lot of good food. So yeah, I won't probably be playing League for maybe 4 days in there, so 3 or 4 days depending. Maybe two days. I think Friday and Saturday will be at parents' house, and then the night after we hang out with my side of the family, we'll be staying at our house, and we'll be able to I'll be able to play something. So it shouldn't be too much time off. I need to keep my E up just in case Gragas shows up. Hey, what's up, Andy? I don't know what would bring Tarek back into the game, though, just to circle back to the Tarek conversation. He needs changes. I think if you're doing 5v5 team fighting right now, it's going to be Janna or Soraka.
They will know surroundings. By the power of the stars.
That's one little trick you can do. Oh, dang it. Okay, she got away. Alright. Did she flash? No, she just ran out. Nice. Thankfully, God, we got lucky TF didn't just ult on us right there, though. Dang it, I should have killed the minion so that I could ult her. I didn't think about it till it was too late. Baited. The tilt's probably real right there. Well, I mean, Tarek's problem is that he's too many different things. Like, he's this, you know, melee champion that has to stay in combat, in melee a lot. So you want a lot of armor, and he benefits from armor, but his spells, like, he also wants to be spamming spells a lot, and his spells are kind of expensive. So that means he needs mana. So usually you have to buy tier on him, which doesn't build into anything mana-wise. Then he also has pretty good, like, plus healing and shielding. So he just needs too many different items. Like, they need to give him, like, armor scaling on his heal or something like that. Or just, like, lower the mana cost on his abilities. Because he needs to be, like, in combat auto-attacking a lot so he can keep healing and spamming his heal. But he just needs too many different things to make that work. You think ADCs will make Alcos? Or Alcos will make ADCs great again? I don't know. I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, I guess you can run behind them, and if you have vision, maybe you can attack around them and kite around them. I thought they were kind of a waste of time, but maybe you can bait, like, some fights out in there. I mean, you can kite while running towards your tower, then. I don't know. I'll have to see it in action. I haven't really watched a lot of PvE stuff. Let's just take this, man.
Such hatred.
You can't flare back anymore, dude. That was like 3 seasons ago.
An ally has been slain.
Do you like the way they changed the dragons? Nah, I don't really like the map changing stuff. Although, like, honestly, it's probably not gonna be that big of a deal. I think dragons look weaker in the early game, right? It's only like if you get a bunch of them. Like, everybody's gonna be talking about the Elder looks OP, like, oh my god, that thing's OP. But it's like, really? I guarantee you're not gonna see it in most games. You have to have one team that has 4 dragons, and they have to secure the Elder. Like, that's complete domination anyways. And so it's like, yeah, a team might be strong, but realistically, they're probably winning the game anyways right now if they have, like, that much of a lead, you know? So, I don't think the Elder matters, and I think they weakened a lot of the dragons. I know that mana, like Water Dragon, you don't get mana back for it anymore, which is a huge deal. And then they lower the power on Infernal a little bit. Mountain is better early on, for sure. I shouldn't have followed that Garen in there. Wind is probably a little bit better. I think topside's stronger. I think people will go to topside more.
Shut down.
Probably.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I think topside, if you're playing the correct champions, can already be really strong. I think it was really kind of overblown. Oof. Okay, that was rough.
I lend my aid.
Yeah, I think topside's already, like, okay.
An ally has been slain.
That was a pretty bad throw there. You just have to play things like Riven. But I think it'll be more meaningful, more impactful.
Peace of mind.
Like, you're going to get camped more top, probably. And then people will be complaining, oh, everybody's camping top. I'll be like, welcome to bot lane. All of last season. Or all of this season, rather. It'll be last season by the time that comes out, I guess.
Be at peace.
But yeah, then top laners will be complaining there's too much action top. Because now Gromp, you know, Gromp will be more meaningful, and Rift Herald early on will be more meaningful.
Where
You
am
can get it earlier on. You are not getting it. Holy shit, maybe he is gonna get it. Oh my god, they sent like 50 people here. Okay, well I guess they're gonna get ripped. Wait, why do we have 2 bottom? There's not even an objective here. Bro, like, I guess we should have left that alone. They came from, like, no vision. I think they both came from here or, like, over here or something. That was really bad. I guess we should have tried to defend that while, 2 people were bought. Should never have 2 people on a side of a map where there's not an objective to get afterwards. Because the kills don't really matter. It's all about those objectives. So they're going to get a tier 2 mid and a Rift Herald. I mean, we shouldn't have died there to begin with. Now they're just like goon squatting around.
Shut down.
I should have thrown my redemption, waited on the Vayne to back. She probably backed like right there, and I could have thrown a redemption on her, maybe killed her. I didn't need to use redemption on my ult, most likely. They decided to chase and kill under tower instead of getting red. Hash complaining, no way. If your side's important, that means you're gonna get camped. I mean, it's almost always a better idea. Like, there's such a huge bias towards camping bottom because you're shutting down 2 players and you get dragons, which are still going to be pretty strong. But the fact that dragons are... God, unbelievable, dude. I guess we don't have smite. Just got to make sure he doesn't get that. He is. It's like, dude, he likes to play Jax, right? Isn't that his thing? Isn't that the champion he's most known for? Like, Jax is very good in a tank meta. I mean, Jax is getting powered down a little bit, but he's OP. Shut up, Hash. Let my role be relevant again. You've had your time. I mean, top lane complains a lot, but it's like, dude, in solo queue especially, like, come on, man. You've got Kale, you've got Ryze, you've got Garen. Like, there have been so many OP top laners. Akali. Who was it earlier in the season? Like, you could do Silas top, Aatrox, Urgot. Like, there's been so many things that have been, like, some of the strongest champions that have been top lane in the last year. Like, I don't want to hear it. I mean, I think top has been fine for the most part. I do think that right now it's one of the least influential roles, but it's not because the champs aren't good. It's just because they can't get out of their lane and go rotate as much. Unless they use their teleport. And he's gonna... Oh, wow. I thought he was going to suicide. Dude, Ryze does not suck. I think Ryze is one of the most OP champs in the game right now. He doesn't even need like a full... He needs like 1 item. Especially like where Hash is. I don't know. He's like Masters or Diamond or something. I don't know where he is. Oh my god, dude. He's not even that weak early, though. Like, that's the thing. You see Ryze is freaking taken over with, like, an Archangels. Grandmaster. I don't know. I think Rise is really strong. I think Rise is going to get nerfed pretty soon. Rise is good against tanks, too. I don't know, man. Maybe. Maybe, I mean, sometimes. Like, Rise doesn't have a huge win rate, but, like, up in Grandmaster, wherever he is, like, Rise is really, really good. I think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I feel like he's strong.
This is my path.
Either way, I mean, Rise is another, you know, or Yasuo is another top lane champ. I mean, the whole point was that top lanes had plenty of champs that can dominate if you're good enough on lane. And I mean, he's in Grandmaster, like, what does he want? He thinks that it's, like, holding him back from Challenger or something? Like, I don't know. There are plenty of options top lane.
A piece of mine.
I'm going to do whole videos on all of these things. I mean, I can give you guys quick little tidbits, but yes, I do think tanks are going to be back. The support items are worse early, but probably better late, because you don't get their perks early, at least on the PvE. Now, some of this stuff could change, which is why I'm waiting to see the final verdict. But we don't have the full stats, potentially, right now. But it looks like you don't get the on-hit with Frostbang. But you don't get the on-hit with Frostfang, you don't get the healing from Relic, so you don't get their little passive. But you do get, like, money. You also don't get 10% CDR anymore. At tier 2. But, you know, at the same time, it doesn't cost you any money to get the stuff. Now, in Pro, I think it's going to be a lot weaker because you can't get the forward item. Because you can't buy the forward item. Like, you just have to, like, farm it up. So I think in Pro, the vision's going to be a lot weaker. Relic Shield can give AP. You have to choose whether you want AD or AP. So, I mean, that's cool, but overall, like I said, I think the main story is going to be weaker early, but that money that you save is better later. And so champions that scale with money are going to be better. So, like, that's the enchanters. They have the most multiplicative power off their items with the plus healing and shielding stat. No other, like, none of the tanks have that. So I think that's net win for enchanters. Again, I think Soraka is going to be huge there. Janna is going to be huge. Maybe Senna. I think the people hurt the most are probably going to be, like, Leona, Thresh, Nautilus. Champions that don't have their own heal. So they're going to feel the Relic Shield change.
An ally has been slain.
I guess I'll go ahead and get this.
To heal and protect.
So they're going to feel that Relic Shield change, and they really aren't going to benefit that much from the extra gold. Maybe a little bit, but... I would not nerf Senna, no. I think she's probably fine. I mean, she is coming in a lot better than I thought she was going to be. But, I mean, we'll see. I would not nerf her this patch. I'd see maybe how she does in the preseason. I personally don't think she's going to be that impressive.
I lend my aid.
Oh, Revitalize never left on Enchanters. I've gotten 1,500 extra healing off of it right now.
peace of mind.
We don't have Shyvana. Is she AFK or something? Or, I mean, obviously she's AFK, but I don't know if that's like flag or intentional or what. We don't want a 4v5. We need her. Dude, are we for real gonna lose this because this person's AFK? Why the hell didn't people just back up, man? No, 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 no. You're not gonna 1v9. Don't give him kills, don't give him kills. Fucked it up, Shyvana. I mean, we should have backed up. We should have not even been close enough for them to engage on us. But Lux is just like, oh, I want to sit in this bush and see if I can bait them. We know all 5 people are there. 100% they're there. And she's trying to, like, get someone out of a bush. I mean, maybe we kill his Thresh. I mean, TF's fine. TF's balanced, I think. I mean, you can't give him that much more of a buff because he has a point-click, like, 2-second stun. So, he's supposed to not do a lot of damage. And he gets free money, and he has, like, a global ult. So, he's actually a champion that has, like, really strong parts, but very clear weaknesses, too. So, he actually does pretty decent bursts when he gets a few items, but I think he's fine. Like, just anything that has huge macro like that where you can teleport, like, across the map has to be a little bit weaker in, like, straight up, like, 1v1 fights. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be fair. Just a macro champ. Macro champ should not be as good at micro. Really? Get out of that? Lux has got it. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Lux should be able to hold. I think.
Shut down.
How does Lux die?
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
How did Lux and Shyvana die?
Your turret has been destroyed.
They
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
I guess he is 11-5. So Shiv killed Ezreal. There's 2 people here. There's 2 people up here. So how did... I don't understand. Because there were 2... Like, Ezreal killed the Shiv. Is that... They killed each other? What are we doing? Like... People just keep thinking. Alright, the Shiv goes like AFK for 1 minute and it's just like game over. I mean, Baron's not up. I guess we'll just go with this. Well, we don't get the double chalice buff.
Where am I needed? Every step, a new journey.
Can't be out too far with TF roaming around. He's like fed as hell now. That one play, Lux just had to get caught when we all knew Shyvana wasn't there. So Shyvana should not have AFK'd, but at the same time, like, we should not have been caught. We should have just left. I mean, we had map advantage. We could have set up around Baron. Oh my god, is she AFK again? Are you fucking kidding me?
Ally has been slain. A summoner has disconnected.
Why would you waste all that on the support? Maybe. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I really don't want to get demoted. I mean, we still have a couple of games. Coming up again. See, even in a game like this where we were dominating for such a long time and we're not anymore.
To heal and protect.
Yeah, we need to try to make a move on him, but we don't have our jungler, so we can't do this.
This is my path.
Make sure they don't. We have a 4v4. That's as good as we're gonna get. Gragas is really the major problem. I forgot I can't walk through that little place. I can maybe get Elder. Maybe trade Elder for Baron. I don't have vision for it, though. We gotta try to get a pick. Okay, nice, nice, nice. We gotta go. It's a 4v5. Wait on Misfortune.
The whole world in
had my ult up. I just didn't think the card was gonna hit me. Can we end it? I think we got it. God, if I just ended it, we would have won. I just legit did not think that if that card is gonna hit me. She has GA. I mean, okay, yeah, we can win now. Okay, I think we win. God, I'm so mad at myself for not ulting. I was so greedy with that ult. I was like, yeah, I can dodge that card, no problem. Alright, well, I didn't get punished too hard for it. But yeah, I definitely should have just... I should have backed up and ulted. I got greedy trying to hit the Q on him so that I'd get empowered heal. But I should have just ulted and then tried to hit the Q on him. Yeah, it was 4v5 at the end. We were up quite a bit. Well, actually, they had like 2 Barons. I know, it is all that matters, but at the same time, it's not all that matters. Those are the kinds of things I need to do. Like, I cannot make mistakes like that if I want to, you know, climb in the preseason next season. You know, you can't just be results oriented. You gotta be process oriented. You gotta always try to play the best game you can. So you don't want to beat yourself up too much, but you can't, you know, you can't just kind of rest on your laurels if you win a game that was like really sloppy. Miss Fortune's got a really high win rate right now with Klepto. I think it's that Klepto crit. It's only her W that gives the empowered heal. But I should have just used the ult. I mean, if we kill the TF right there, they would have been down to like, I don't know, 2 or 3 people, and I would have been at full health, and there's just no way we probably would have won. Because I'm pretty sure the Gragas was down, and he was really the only threat to kill me most of the time. I'm gonna swing by the restroom real quick while we're ticking away here. Hopefully the numbers pick up a little bit. If the numbers stay slow, I might just check out a little bit earlier tonight just so I can get some more sleep for class tomorrow. I have a feeling, you know, the numbers might be a little low just because, you know, the season's basically over tonight and there's not like a major milestone that I'm shooting for. I'm not close enough to go for Diamond, obviously. And a lot of people, you know, might just hang out, wait for the preseason changes to see what's up. Also, the fact that I missed yesterday and I've been kind of late this week. If you're at all like inconsistent, you know, a lot of people just kind of check out. People just get like out of the habit of watching it. You know, you just need to, a lot of people just watch it. It's just kind of like your favorite TV show or something that you come watch. And if it's just like, it's just not on randomly sometimes, and you might just start watching something else. So it sucks. Like, you really, you know, if you're a streamer, it's really hard to take like any days off. pick Senna again. I guess we'll just do Soraka again. See how his matchup goes.
Let me guide you.
Senna Caitlyn's pretty rough. Well, I mean, Senna does have her W. Trying to think if I want to go for Athene's. How much Echo? Yeah, I mean, Echo stun is a pretty big deal too. I guess we'll keep Ingenious. Yeah, we're kind of getting over it a little bit. The cold, but hey, what's up, Justin? Need to be looking at Poor Professor also, just so I can see kind of what's going on here. Alright, they're pretty inexperienced on the champ.
Gracefully.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
I think it's tomorrow. I'm not 100%. Honestly, I don't know. The patch comes out Wednesday.
To heal and protect.
Really? They fucking warded that? Really?
Every step, a new journey.
They warded the golems. Who the hell wards the golems? At level 1. Okay, well, they got me. I mean, that is a good ward spot, but... At level 1? Like, they're anticipating that I'm going to come up and try to ward over the golem pit, ward the red. Like, almost nobody uses that warding tactic at the Zero bracket, especially. It looked like it was going to be weird, like it was not the same day that the patch dropped, which I don't understand why they would do that, unless they're trying to calculate up the ranked rewards and give them out on the day that the patch drops, which I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I mean, it's rare. Usually you have to wait a little bit. It takes them a while to calculate, but maybe they've changed something about that.
gracefully. For peace of mind.
An ally has been slain.
Headshot. To heal
They back?
by the power of
I think they backed, or they're just trying to like get sneaky in the brush. God, how are we so far down on CS? It hasn't been that hard of a lane.
every step.
I guess we'll just go with double charm. Man, hope viewership picks up a little bit, dude. This number is pretty depressing. I mean, like, I know I took one day off for real. One day off. And it's like, can't even hold 60. We usually get over 100. Oftentimes get to 150. 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, we hit 3,600 concurrent. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We'll just we'll just try to put it in there as much as we can. But yeah, if it stays this low, we're definitely gonna cash out around 2.5 or 3 hours. And just get some sleep. It's not worth losing all the sleep over that. I mean, I appreciate everybody that's here, but it does cost me my health on these days to an extent. On the days when I have the 8 o'clock class the next day. They got that pink. Did I already know that? I don't remember if I'd already seen that or not. Yeah, I'm sure people will come back eventually. Okay. Yeah, I figured it'd be a little bit lower because it's the last day and I'm not going for diamond or anything. But yeah, I mean...
Lend my aid.
And because I missed the day before, but I was thinking lower, like 100. I mean, a lot of people would kill for 57. There are plenty of people that, you know, stream every day and can't ever crack that number, but when it's all relative. But it's, like I said, it's fine. I'm gonna show up and play as much as I can anyways, but like I said, we're gonna adjust a little bit on how long we're gonna stream if the numbers are significantly lower than usual.
Such hatred in there.
Oh, it must have been really close. Oh my god. I cannot believe he missed that Q. You'd be surprised. The most watched champs on the channel are Soraka. Soraka is the #1, at least historically, that people really like to play. Like, you would think people like the engaged champs, but... Go, go, go. Go. Oh, she should have run at him and baited him, dude. I've got heal. I mean, in general, like, yeah, that's what you would think, but, like, I think one of my most watched videos on the channel is, like, my Soraka. My Soraka #1 on my Soraka playlist. It's at, like, over 100,000. Oh my god! It's fucking real? Like... Dude, this guy has literally not left bottom lane. How did he even get over this wall? He's gone over this wall like 3 times. It seems like. I mean, I would say like the viewership among people that aren't support mains would definitely favor the engaged supports, but I think a lot of the support mains like the enchanters. My most watched video by far is this random stream from like February 5th that was like called Enchanters. It was like carrying with enchanters or something like that, and it just like randomly caught YouTube's algorithm and just like took off. I mean, a lot of yeah, the jungler knows how to jungle, which is basically don't jungle, be a third person bot lane. Like, that is actually how you jungle. Here he is again. Jesus Christ. I mean, their top lane has 28 CS. Like, this guy's just like, forget top. Is he AFK? He's there in the lane.
For peace of mind.
Hey, what's up, Raphael? I mean, a big part of YouTube is momentum. Like, you have to be able to, once you break certain thresholds, then it just gives you a crap ton of views. So we are able to consistently, I need to get my wife in here to do karaoke again. So that's what helped us break 300 that one day, and then we just kept getting it afterwards. Maybe. I mean, we could try it. It'd be a theory. I do get demonetized for a stream if she karaoke's, but maybe I could have her come in and do that once every couple of weeks or something. Yeah, I think more and more people have been watching the VODs lately. So that's good. Yeah, I know it's tough on our European viewers to time the live sometimes.
I heed their call.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I have no mana.
This is my path.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I understand. You know, we're not trying to reach a milestone. A lot of people are. She could have kept running. Like, what? Hello? You were safe. Why'd you turn around? You knew he had ult, right? Like, there's no way you were gonna kill him. One more? Okay, nice. Come here so I can heal you, dude.
For peace of mind.
Damn. I should have looked up to see the situation. I didn't know how close he was to killing people. It was kind of a waste.
To heal and protect.
Hey, thanks, TruePeck. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I wish I... Because a lot of our viewers are international, so I do wish that I could stay up even later. I just can't. I just can't do it. Because of, because of school. We gotta back up. I gotta get, real.
The whole world in balance.
Whoa, what are y'all doing? They have a rift middle. Or was that our rift? Oh, that was our rift. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected.
Never waste. Where am I needed?
I should have thrown that more on the GP, I guess. I was just trying to hit the Lee with it.
This is my place.
How did we not kill her? That's frustrating. Caitlin's like so fed right now.
I lend my aid.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Not first Malphite. I mean, GP is putting in some work top lane, so I guess that's good.
To heal and protect.
Where do, like, how do I find these ADCs? Like, which elo do I have to be in to find the ADC that goes 8-0? Because it seems like every time in my elo it doesn't happen, but on the other team it's always happening. I don't know. I mean, I know that's like the meme. Like, when it's on my team, it's OP. When it's on their team, it's OP. It legit does feel like that sometimes, though. Gotta win around some. Oh my god, they're actually doing merit? We gotta shut her down.
Has been slain.
Lee, buddy, you gotta hit these, man. Alright, here's your second shot. Come on, let's go. I've got ult, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Like, I don't understand. How is this guy so bad on Lee Sin? Hey, Bilal. No, we'll play a couple more after this. No, Essence Reaver, this is the correct build. I don't know about all those Doran Blades. They're supposed to be popular. I think you're supposed to go Essence Reaver, Infinity Edge. I mean, he was just like running though. Did he miss both? I don't remember. Did he miss both of them? I mean, whatever.
I heed their call.
Holy shit.
Shut down. Ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Has been destroyed.
How did that do no damage? Looks like the Misfortune Q did like... Okay, Rapid Fire Cannon is definitely not the thing to get on Misfortune. Spoiler alert. You either go lethality or like AD crit items, like... I mean, maybe eventually, but you should be getting... you should be getting Infinity Edge. Oh, ADC was smurfing last game. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, this Caitlyn's 11-0. She didn't even get that many kills in the lane. She got the one kill off of me with that ward on Golem. I don't even know where the hell she got. I think people just donated kills to her. I don't know. Lee's died 8 times. I mean, GP is really fed. It's just like, we need him to do things in fights. It's like, okay, bro, you can farm, but like, we need you in fights.
The whole world in battle.
But they don't have a hard engage. They don't have any. I mean, they have I think Malphite's ulted 1 time. Like, he's so far behind. We're not losing because of the hard engage. We're losing because, like, the Caitlyn's just hyper fed. Like, our Lee Sin's a total turkey, and Caitlyn's just, like, absurdly fed. Compared to our ADC. team just like Stone Cold does nothing. GP uses the ult like after everybody's dead, instead of on that echo while he's silenced. Caitlyn's just like almost literally one-shotting people right now, even in the fountain, and like a GP Q is only doing like 300 damage off of her. That's unfortunate. All right, next. Oh, I see what you. Yeah, I mean, occasionally you do get good ADCs. I don't know. I mean, it's got to just be faulty memory. That's because there's no like statistical way that in over 1,000 games, you know, it doesn't pretty much equal out good ADC, bad ADC. We just remember like it. Our minds, I think, are just much more prone to remembering negative things than they are positive things, unfortunately. So we're just gonna like remember the bad players that fed in our games instead of the good players that did well, unless it's like extreme cases of someone who did well. But even then, it's like, okay, we just won the game, whatever. You know, we don't think about, oh, there was someone on our team who was 15-0. We're much more likely to notice, oh, there's someone on their team that's 15-0, and our team's feeding. You know, when we have someone that's 0-15, we notice that a lot. But when there's someone on the enemy team that's 0-15, we don't even think about it. I feel like we should have been able to win that game, though. I think a big part of it, other than just, like, Lee being bad, we just didn't use our GP. Like, I feel like he should have been at more fights or had a bigger impact, one way or another. Because he was up, like, 100 CS to 25 on that Malphite and got the first tower, like, really, really early top lane. And he didn't do anything with the advantage. He pushed up and got killed by the Caitlyn, I think. She probably got shut down gold for that. And that's kind of what started. That was a big part of our problem. He should have rotated mid with us faster and tried to take that tower. Or like we should have tried to force dragons or forced something. So it's like he can farm and he can trade in lane. But I didn't see any like clutch barrels in fights. I'm not 18 in the red. We won our first game, so we had 18 LP. So we weren't at 0 that game. We were at positive 18. It'll say minus 0. Like when you're at 0 and you lose at 0, you can't go below 0. Like the only way that you go below 0 is if you dodge. Well, I mean, they are whatever, but it's important to understand. Like, I'm trying to explain why we lost the game so other people, you know, can understand why. Other, like, real reasons why. That's why I was just kind of skipped by, yeah, the lead was bad. But there was other stuff that our team could have done, so, you know, we could have used the GP better. Like, we should have called in GP. Because a lot of times when you lose, it's not just the weakest person that on your team that you really got to pay attention to. It's the strongest person on your team too. You know, if they're just sitting around with their like hefty sack of gold and not doing anything, and you're really wasting your advantage. Usually there will be one person on each team often that's like ahead. You'll have someone that's feeding and someone that's ahead. We banned Senna. Everyone just keeps banning Senna. I guess we'll just do Soraka again, just to practice it, because we're probably going to be playing Soraka in the preseason. I want to play Senna if we get a chance to get Senna, but...
Let me guide you.
I mean, we were behind in items, like, the 4 Doran's Blade, I understand why challengers might do it, like, but you have to win lane hard if you're going 4 Doran's Blade on Misfortune, because you're slowing down your build astronomically in order to get a big lane advantage. But the problem was, we were down, like, she was down like 30 CS in lane, And Zen kept camping us over and over and over again. So, what is Summon Ari? Oh, Summon Airy? Yeah, it is good. I think I like Guardian more in a lot of matchups. Especially against Burst, because everyone tries to aim the Soraka. It's the same reason that people go Barrier a lot of times on Soraka. It also frees you up to... This is what, like, the #1 Soraka does right now. So, like, against things like Kha'Zix, because Airy doesn't give you any self-defense whatsoever. Kha'Zix gives you the self-defense with Guardian. But yeah, most people do Airy. There are a lot of top-level Sorakas that do Airy. Yeah, the Lux Bind and the Rise Bind, I think, is enough reason to stick with this. Yeah, Zaya does have the root as well. But yeah, I mean, you have to really slam the lane, because when you sell back a Doran's, I think it only sells back for like 200 or something. It's a really low number. So you're losing like 200 gold every time you buy one of those. So it is very efficient while you keep it, but when you sell it, you're losing 200. So like in the mid game, you're losing about 400 gold to get that advantage early. So if you're not doing anything with that advantage, then there's no point in doing it. And I just think that most people don't pressure enough. Guardian's cooldown is like 70 seconds early on. It goes down to 40. I mean, air, like... So Airy is basically, it gives you a lot more poke in the lane. Like, here's what I think that, as with pretty much any champion, if you're thinking like, do I want to pick pressure or do I want to pick something that scales? The lower the level the game is, the more you want something that scales if you're in that elo. Because people aren't going to use pressure early game. So like those Doran's blades, that's really good in like Challenger or Masters, because every little bit of edge you can get in the lane is a big deal, because people are constantly fighting and pushing their advantage. So like every, you know, percentage point of advantage you can get is a massive deal. But if you're in like Iron and people can't even like last hit a lot of CS, there's no point in getting stuff that gives you like incremental advantages, because you're just not going to take advantage of them, or your laner's not going to take advantage of them, which is a big part why I don't like getting things like Frostfang, Airy, and Scorch on Soraka early. It's like, yes, you do get really good poke, which is nice, but a lot of times, like, your ADC's not going to do anything. They're just going to sit there and farm. If you're lucky, they're going to farm. So I would just rather have something that scales better. I'd rather have coin, which gives me wards faster. It gives me more gold, so I can hit my mid-game power spike with like 2 items. And then I'd rather have something like Ghost Poro and Ingenious Hunter, which both scale really well into the mid-game. Ghost Poro gives you 30 AP around 15 minutes, and it gives you extra vision early on. Now, there are some champions where there's an exception to that. You know, something like Senna, where it's really easy to proc Frostfang, Scorch, and all that stuff. Maybe you can do that. But I think on Soraka, basically with Guardian, like, if you don't get blown up immediately, you're probably going to win most team fights. Because, like, her healing is just so massive. So it just depends. Someone asked me earlier something about preseason again. I can't remember. Hey, what's up, Creed? So like Airy does give you that poke advantage early, and it does allow you to take Scorch, but you don't really need Mana Flow Band, because your spells don't cost a lot, and you get a ton of Fairy Charms anyways early on. And then Absolute Focus is not that great either, because, I mean, Sometimes you're above 70%, but sometimes you're not in team fights.
I live.
So I would rather get the Revitalize tree. Aeries good, Conditioning's great at 10 minutes, Revitalize is great. So it's just a lot more scaling, and then you're pretty much just going to go even in most lanes anyways. If you have something that's super aggressive, like maybe a Draven on your team, you can think about Aerie. I mean, Aerie's not bad. Like, it is good. It's like late game, though, a lot of times, unless you're just like hyper macroing it really well, in fights, a lot of your Aeries are just going to go to auto attacks and Qs rather than your W, because it's on such a short cooldown.
They will go no further. Gracefully.
An ally has
No, I
been
would not buy a Doran's Ring almost under any circumstances on your first back as support. Some supports will go for the thing that builds into Mage Eyes. I think that's really risky, but like on you, me, or some of these other types of supports, maybe. Like if you're really far ahead, you can go for like the Mage Eyes thing, because that does increase, like, that one's cheaper. It's only 350 instead of 450. And it does like increase the amount that you get off the potions, and it's I think it's more cost efficient.
What must be done?
I mean, just like Guardian is really OP on a lot of champions. I think it's really underutilized on a lot of champions. So I mean, if you look at the end of the game, Guardian usually will have prevented something like 1500 HP, and Aerie can get a lot of procs, but I would venture to guess it's not really going to prevent that much more damage. Like, it's really just for the early game poke, I think, is where Aerie will be better. But for the burst healing, especially to protect you personally, Guardian's way better. Because Aerie obviously can't protect you. I'm gonna get boots just in case we get ganked.
Never waste a breath.
Well, I'm gonna greed out a little bit because we have Ghost Poro for a little bit of extra vision. New support items. Which one do I recommend for Soraka, Senna, and Janna? I think it's probably going to be the Relic Shield with AP. I don't know. I kind of think it's the other way, Pavel, because I think if you're using Aerie correctly in in-game teamfights, it takes a lot of micromanagement. Because you have to notice that Aerie's coming back to you and not auto-attack when it's there and then get a heal off. So that you get the shield, because the shield is really strong late game off of Aerie with all the plus healing and shielding, but the damage is really weak. So my whole thing is I think it's really hard to keep track of that in fights for a lot of people, and so because you're just going to be spamming like Qs and auto attacks, and you have so much other stuff to keep track of that watching when the Aerie's like coming back to you and making sure that you don't auto or hit anybody until you heal can be kind of tricky. But I see what you're saying about Guardian, like you really want to use it like at the right time if you can. But yeah, I think it's going to be Relic Shield with AP would be what I would get on most range champs. I just don't think there's a real like benefit to going Spell Thieves anymore because it doesn't give the on-hit damage and it's much harder to trigger late game. I mean, we can push.
Where am I needed?
Can we push? You dragon or something?
The whole world inbound.
Are they removing mana? I don't think they're... Are they removing mana regen? I didn't notice that. They're removing the on-hit damage from Relic Shield. Yeah, they might be. Maybe that's something I just didn't notice.
I heed their call.
Hey, thanks, Yumchar. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is. Guardian is for all in. Kha'Zix is all in. Malzahar is all in. I don't care about the lane.
To heal and protect.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a farm off lane. Like, we haven't even come close to poking them out. Like, even if I had Scorch, Airy, all that stuff, like, they haven't even dipped under 50% health. Like, it would not have made a difference. The extra little bit of poke in the lane. And if you're not forcing them into bad backs, then it really doesn't, like, there's no point in getting the poke early if you can't actually, like, either get a kill or force a bad back.
Be at peace.
Guardian has definitely saved me a bunch of damage, though, personally. I mean, it's blocked 450 damage so far. My health pool is only 900. It's blocked like half my health pool. Now, part of that's on my ally as well, but... But yeah, I think the Relic Shield, I'd rather have health. And the big thing is, like, you can stack it so much easier, stack Relic so much easier late game than you can Spell Thieves, I think. Because you don't have to be, like, directly in combat. I need to go ward, I think.
I lend my aid.
I'm not going to be able to contest that.
Where am I needed?
Oh my god, really? Even through the heal? I know that heal went through. We got trolled. Hey, Pantheon cleans up. Dude, if he donates one more kill, we'll be real sad. They didn't even get the Malzahar. That's unfortunate. Guardian does give movement speed too, which is very good. Ice is powering up. Wow, he's going for Frozen Heart. Is that even viable anymore?
To heal and
Really had that warded, or did she just randomly throw that in there?
this is my path.
That's unfortunate. I mean, Nisa's, or Kaisa is strong in pro. She's got like a 47% win rate in solo queue though, or something. Maybe it went up a little bit, but I think she's one of the weaker solo queue ADCs, especially under Diamond. I'm gonna wait, because I can't contest that ward over this book. LeBlanc's getting worked. Uses an ult just to stop a back, alright. I mean, it's not a long cooldown, but... Jesus, why is Kha'Zix always fed? Every time that champion's in my game, he's fed. Maybe you start banning Kha'Zix, I don't know. It's just, there's so many champs that just, like, can snowball so hard, you just can't ban them all. What you would think of it as, like, well, that's balance. It's like, well, it's balance for, like, the 20 champs that can do that. But if you're not playing one of those champs, I mean, Yi is a champ who can do that, too.
The whole world in balance.
I don't know. It just feels to me like a lot of these games, and this has been this way most of the season, are just decided by too few people. It's like one person decides so many games right now.
A peace of mind.
Coming. We gotta get that, boys. They got ripped. LeBlanc's sitting here watching it.
I heed their call.
I don't think you really struggle for agency. Like, you just win with stats instead of, like, CC. I mean, she's a lot better if you have other CC on your team. But, like, you know, throwing out 40,000 healing or something in a game, it's like negating 50,000 of the enemy's damage, 60,000 of the enemy's damage. Because of how plus healing and shielding scales, you know, that's something. It's just like, think of the inverse. If it's like a champion that can heart like Master Yi that has like no CC but can put out like a crap ton of damage, it's just that way with support. Like, you don't have any CC, you can have no agency if everybody's feeding, and you don't have any way to engage It's like Soraka's kind of like that in, you know, support form. It's like really extreme healing, but no CC. Just like Yi is like really extreme damage, but no CC. No real like playmaking ability. It's just not flashy. It's just like, okay, everybody's just... I mean, it kind of is. When she gets a lot of items, you're like, holy cow, like, she just healed 100%. I mean, sort of. I don't think she's OP. I mean, she is better than I thought she was going to be.
Gracefully.
I mean, I was going to play her some tonight, but she's banned. I mean, I'm like 0-2 on her. Don't think she's as good as things like Soraka or Janna or Senna right now, but I think she has potential. I think her laning phase is pretty good with the range. But I haven't seen her in a game and felt like, oh my god, like that champion's busted. I've lost to her several times, but I don't think it's because of her. I mean, maybe just her value is understated.
An ally has been slain. Triple kill.
Nice. Okay.
Of mine.
Nice. Alright, that's what we needed right there. I mean, that right there doesn't have an influence on the game. I just basically gave them that triple kill by healing them up. I mean, that was a big part of it. Like, heal's huge. If somebody's low, it's like a 400 heal. It's like... I mean, that was a huge part of why Pantheon had enough power to like get those kills. So it's just like a lot of stuff. It's not like, you know, super flashy stuff a lot of times. It's not like a clutch like Nautilus hook or Blitz hook or something like that, but it's just like, just the stats. I know, but like, I don't know. I mean, I see what you're saying. If people feed early with scaling, I still think that scaling is better, and it depends on the kind of scaling and like what's going on. Like Soraka is scaling, but she also like is pretty good early game. Like, it's really hard to get a major advantage against a Soraka.
Every step.
Enemy rampage. Enemy double kill.
But at the end of the day, it's still Pantheon against Ryze, and Ryze is just way stronger than Pantheon. Late game. No, Tarek's bad, man. Because he doesn't scale as well as like the other champs. A lot, like, he doesn't scale as well as Soraka or like a lot of these other champs. His numbers just aren't high enough.
Where am I needed?
And he has to be melee, like, yeah, Lux is building. He has to be melee, like he has to constantly be in melee combat, which makes him very vulnerable in a lot of fights.
Gracefully.
I mean, the only person that even comes close. Well, that's always a downside. I am not going to be sad that people are no longer playing that stupid bug, because he's just going to get squished by, like, Mundo. Or Zac. Soraka has the strongest level 2 of any enchanter. I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
The whole world in balance.
I mean, there are bad items for like his numbers are just too low. Like the items are bad, but then like his base stats are also bad. So like everything about it. I mean, he does have armor, so he does have survivability that a lot of other enchanters don't have. So that's good. But his cooldowns are like his whole thing is he's predicated on. Oh god.
I heed their call.
Hope. Very real. Oh, he jumped the wall invisible again. Hey, Spring Jack. Well, this is particularly low tonight. Usually been in the 150 to 140 to 150. I mean, that was really only around for like 2 weeks. And I don't know why it was just a random YouTube thing.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
To heal and protect.
Yeah, I think Nami's probably got a better level 2 with Bubble plus Wave, I would say. Maybe I should try out Nami a little bit more. It shouldn't scale as much as Soraka, but she can potentially make some more plays.
This is my
Hey, thanks, Pavel. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're not going to be able to beat the Rise. We're just getting outscaled. Like a Pantheon... Oh my god, the Yi's 0 and 10. I just noticed that. Like Pantheon versus Rise, great example of someone who's strong in the lane, but in this elo bracket, it's just way better to have something scaling like Rise most of the time.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Karma's an enchanter. Yeah, Karma also has a pretty good level too already. Well, I mean, the Kha'Zix just has like 15 kills or something. I mean, that's basically it. That was the game. It's just so much of it's determined by one player. I mean, I don't know. If I was Rakan, I could do something about it. I think Rakan's still really good too. But... Dude, saying not to flame somebody who's 0 and 11. I mean, I'm not flaming him, but you cannot blame anybody for flaming a guy that's 0 and 11. It's like, dude, you got to know you better freaking. You better bring your I don't know what you call it, your freaking firefighter anti-fire material. You know the flame's coming if you're 0 and 11. Like, I'd be disappointed if nobody flamed me and I was 0 and 11. I'd be like, what, are you guys like comatose or what? I wouldn't go 0-11, first of all. I mean, I've died that much before probably, but I mean, that's really rough. Like at some point you just got to stop like dying. You just got to say, "Hey, I got to stop dying." I know. That's what I'm a little worried about. I don't think I'm going to get demoted though. I think we still have quite a ways. It'll tell you in red if you're about to get demoted. It doesn't even say I'm being shielded right now, so I think we can play some more. Like you have to lose like 10 in a row or something to get demoted down. Well, I know Pavel again. Yeah, against like a 14-2 Kazakhs. But like there are some games where Soraka takes over even harder than Rakan does. I mean, Soraka does have a higher win rate than Rakan does overall. Yeah, against Assassin, sure. But like, if you're not getting like if that Kazakhs is 5-0 instead of like 14-0 or something like that, I think I have enough healing to get us through. I mean, I don't know, like the hard engaged supports are still pretty good, but like, the top end enchanters are still up there too. Yeah, you've got Leona, you got Nautilus up here, but you also have Janna and Soraka. So it's not like there's that much of a discrepancy. Blitz did actually fall down. People were like memeing on the Blitz change, but he did fall about 1.5%. I think I predicted 1%. Senna's doing a lot better than I thought she would then. So I was wrong about that one. But she's still not as strong as a lot of the other ones, at least statistically. But she's definitely better than I thought she was going to be. Nomex. Yeah, get the Nomex. Yeah, it's really just Leona and, where's Pyke? Pyke's pretty far down, right? After those nerfs on him. I really did not think that the nerfs to his, regen were going to hit him that hard. He was like 52%. Or the nerfs to Sona were going to hit her that hard.
I must not fall.
Well, yeah, but it's Shaco support's played by so few people. Shaco support's almost always high. Yeah, I mean, it's played by less than 2% of people. It's mostly one tricks. There's a couple of people that dabble in him, but... Yeah, I mean, I'm not that upset that Pyke's not popular either. So is the armor boost not worth? Not really. I mean, the Taric armor boost is nice, but you need 5v5s with Taric. He doesn't roam that well. Like, he can get engaged on and like killed. He's extremely short range, and like all of his cooldowns are like 15 seconds on his abilities. You have to get in there and you have to auto attack a lot. So it's not like he doesn't have good stuff conceptually. He's got the armor buff. He has a shield and a heal, and an AoE and vulnerability. All that stuff is good. Yeah, I mean, we'll practice this in a game, sure.
No one fights alone in the mist.
Let me see, like, the items that she keeps getting keep shifting. This guy just rushes redemption. Mikhail, like, not even Athene's. That's bold. Most of the top people do domination. I mean, this is the number one, like, OP scorer Senna right here. I think this guy plays her ADC. Yeah, he does the Klepto. Klepto is probably one of the best ones right now, but I don't want to practice with Klepto because it's gone in like 2 days. So there's no point in like practicing it unless you're just really trying hard. So there's so many different builds. Like this person does Dark Harvest with AD. But he's solo lane. So he's a mid lane. So the top Sennas, there's one support, one ADC, and one like mid laner. Okay, I can see what Afrobu's doing on her then.
All weapons locked. The Sentinels trained me right.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I just usually look at the top people with the op.gg score. The people that have played her a lot, like those are going to be the one trick type of people. And then I just look at a bunch of them. I look at like the top 5 and see if there's any like similarities, any like common trends. Or like what I think would fit in an area. I mean, it's going to be a little bit different, obviously, like Masters or Challenger versus, you know, low plat. Malachi's been making a bit of a comeback. I've seen him do all right in some games, like Malachi and Ornn. I'm not sure. I would rather have Malachi than Cho, probably.
I was lost, but I was only changed.
Yeah, no, I think the Omni one's probably going to be bad unless they buff it several times. It looks bad right now. I just don't know who would take it.
You can't hear your own.
Yeah, it has to be someone this range probably that can use a lot of the stuff. I just think that, I don't know. Like, Spellbook is stronger than that one is, and hardly anybody uses Spellbook, I think. Because you have control over Spellbook. Like, you get a bunch of different stuff, but you also get to control it. We haven't seen Jax yet. I need to put down a Poro. Jax could definitely... I mean, the fact that he's running out like that is kind of suspicious. Yeah, learn that from... I think RVZ Stealth had a pretty good video on it, but you can W, and while your W animation is going, you can W, or you can flash, and it'll send you forward. So that was pretty cool. So shout out to RVZ Stealth. He had some actually really good information about Senna. It looked really well researched, really well put together. I don't particularly care for the cadence in his voice, but I mean, that's just a... I mean, that's just a nitpicky thing. He has some pretty good content overall. He can't help it, that's just how he talks. Just like his inflection points on some of his words are...
It's harder to hold
I mean, it's just me being an English teacher person, but... he often does have pretty good content. So he was one person that was talking about some of these different kind of flash things you could do. So I definitely check him out. He's Canadian, he can't help it. Okay, I think... Okay, I'm gonna go Boots 1, and then I guess I'm gonna go Athene's to start with. Do I want to do that? Yeah. I'm gonna get one more mana thing here. I don't think it's a Canadian thing. It's just like, it's hard to describe. He just always sounds confused, I think is the best way I can put it. I mean, I don't want to make fun of the guy too much, but he's like, everybody, welcome back. It's RVZ Stealth here, and we're going to be learning about Senna today. So, I don't know. It just sounds like he's always confused. Or something like that. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, like I said, I don't want to make fun of him. He's a cool guy, but that's just one thing. It's like, it's hard for me to watch a lot of it. But he does have really good content. But it's not a particular accent, I don't think. It's just like his inflection on some of the words. It's just like, I don't know, a thing. For me, anyways. But it's fine. I'm still subscribed to him. I still watch his stuff.
By the time I'm done here, dying will be the easy part.
Jax was in our jungle. That's unfortunate.
An enemy has been slain.
Every day I fought for my life. Why should
Yeah.
today be any different?
She does have a lot of tricks about her. I really hope Jax doesn't get fed. I should be eating back to lane more often too, because it gives you movement speed. Really? How much damage did that do? How did that do 123 damage on cast? Is she maxing that? I guess maybe mid lane you max it.
I just want it to matter.
Alright, bro. I thought we were gonna win that. Yeah, I figured as much. For the wave clear.
Darkness to darkness. Light to light.
Took a few too many hits there. Get wrecked, son.
The last blessings of life.
Oh, he mad, dude. He just threw his computer through the window. Shh. He's a mad lad.
I'll get us through this.
Platinum Thresh just do not counter Senna's.
Let go.
Force Jack's going off. That was a fail.
Past and away.
Ally has been slain.
Fall behind. Soft scream.
Turret plating will soon fall. Has destroyed a turret. Has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
Could I have ulted that? Maybe.
If life is my curse, living is the cure.
of souls this game, though.
I have you. No one else has.
How the hell did he even get over there? Did he flash?
Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy killing spree.
Be free.
W does so much damage. What the? I need to go buy. I mean, I guess I might as well stay. I've almost got redemption. Holy God, the Morgue Bind though. I might need to just... I think I need to get a cleanse for the Morgue Bind. 'Cause that's like the main way we lose. I mean, redemption is pretty good, but...
Your turret has been destroyed.
To be reborn.
I mean, I don't know. This is kind of like, I don't know. I just need to learn how to play Senna better, but like, I feel like in the mid-game team fights, she's just not, like, she's good, but I feel like she's really dominant in lane. Or maybe that's just the easiest way to understand how to use her.
Hunted by the forces of darkness.
You're never gonna have 950 range. Like, in a super snowballed game, you might have 100 souls, which should be like 725 range. Did I get binded again? Wait, what? Brambles? I got counterstruck? How did nobody... I guess I wasn't able to ward. I don't know. I got too close to try to ward that bush. Her max range is not capped, but it's like Vagar. It's like, well, if I can just farm for 10 hours, I'll have, you know, 10,000 AP. It's like, yeah, but in most games, you're probably going to have, like, in the best Vagar games, you're probably going to have, like, maybe 1,000, you know? Which is still really good, but it's like those are like Gnosis, right? It's like, oh, but if I can get 2,000 stacks as Gnosis, you know, it's not going to happen. It's just, it's like a fun sort of fantasy. That's why having unlimited scaling is interesting. People like it because of the allure, you know, of the, you know, the insane, like, opportunities. Remember, everyone was saying that about Kindred, too, when she got extra range on her stacks. Like, oh. you can outrange towers. It's insane, you know. But it's like, yeah, but it's not. Most of the time. So I like the infinite scaling stuff because it lets people dream big, which is fine. But
My best second.
did I not just put a ward there? I thought I had a ward, but I'm not.
The mist is not my enemy.
Who's Zed? Zed? We need to play around Zed. The same thing with dragons, frankly. Like, everyone's tripping about the Elder Dragon being so OP and things like that. It's like, it's not gonna happen. In like 90% of games, that no one is gonna get the Elder Dragon. Because you have to have 4 dragons. I mean, how many games tonight has one team had 4 dragons? I don't think it's happened yet. Even the game we were snowballing really hard, I think we only had 3. So it's gotta be like, you have to have 4 dragons and actually get the Elder. Right now, Elder just happens, regardless of how many dragons people have, so I think it's pretty rare. Like, it does happen where you can have 4 dragons, but I don't even think at 90 minutes you have 950 range. Like, that would require
Just not to fear the dark.
12. That requires something like 300 souls.
An enemy has been slain.
I mean, at 21 minutes, I've got 55, so I guess 6. You need like a 120-minute game or more. And this is a pretty good far, like, usually I don't have this many souls. But because we were like really far ahead, I was able to get a lot of them early.
Out of the lantern, hell came with me.
Alright, Cho's got TP.
Pain doesn't always wants to hear me scream. He can keep waiting.
I'll have... I don't know what he was doing. He must have been typing or something. They all die for that, right? They're all like going into darkness, hinting for me. Yeah, I think Zed's gonna kill him off. Maybe not. You can't get them. Yeah, unless she had an hour left. I think she already used it.
acquainted. Lucian thought I was lost. I was only chasing.
4 hours, 7:22 rune video. There's no way it was literally 4 hours,
By the
right?
time I'm done here,
I think the longest I've ever done is like 2.5 hours. That was when they did all of the, like, I was going over all of the new runes. I should have just split that up into several videos. I'm going to do that this year with all the crazy preseason stuff. I'm going to cut myself off at an hour and just do, like, part 1, part 2. I mean, I could do a 4-hour video. I just don't think I ever did one quite that long. Yeah, I could be wrong. I know I've gotten into 2 hours before. Oh, 3:43. Maybe I did. Now that you're saying that exact number, maybe I did. I mean, that was probably possibly the biggest change ever in League of Legends history. I know, but I can still split it up into. I know that's a bit too long for him. Like 4 hours, 4 hours is a bit much. I think 1 hour is pushing it for most people. So I think that just having, like, I really need to try to cut it off. I need to just aim for like 30 minutes, and then it'll take an hour, and then I can cut it off. That's right. I mean, we would have to lose, like, literally, like, 10 games. I couldn't even play enough games. Even if I, like, logged in and then just, like, immediately... Maybe if I, like, lever busted every game and, like, left at 3 minutes and joined, maybe we could lose enough. But if we play, like, actual games, I'm pretty sure there's just no way. No, I've played, like, 4 Senna games, I think. I'm 2-2. I played one game the day she came out. Like, the first game that I played. While we 9x did Kaisa AFK? I mean, she's... I don't think so. I mean, she's 5 and 6. She has a normal build. I mean, dude picked more middle, I think, into, Zed. I know, but not the dodge. If you get lever busted, you don't get a timeout. So if you, like, join a game, or you, like, go into the load screen of a game and just leave, then you don't get a timeout. You will probably get banned if you do that, like, 5 times, though. So that might stop us. We just get banned, like a 1-week ban, before we could lose enough games. Hey, thanks, Seraphix. I appreciate it. I think we'll play one more. Since we're a little light on the viewers, so I can actually get some sleep before I have to get up at like 6 in the morning. it back in 1 second. Oops. Oops. I don't think Yumi's that boring. I mean, I think she's kind of hard to play, actually, correctly. Sadie, are you on fleek?
Love is a poor alternative.
Are you on fleek, you little cat? I can't remember. Well, I think I've been demoted to gold one time in the last like 6 years or something like that. There was one season I didn't get above gold. I think it was like season 5 because I didn't play hardly at all. I think that was when I was playing WoW. But there was one other season near the beginning where I got demoted all the way down to like gold 4. I think that was season 6, and then I ended up in diamond. And that was like really early on in the season.
No one fights alone in the mist.
The dinger. I mean, if we're gonna go we don't really need to go Mikhail's this game, though. I am a sucker for Ingenious Hunter. I probably like that rune too much, but I think if you're gonna go Mikhail's and Redemption, like 40% CDR on those items is a big deal. Senna gonna get donged hard. We'll see. I mean, I think I would definitely take our side of the matchup. Yeah, Senna's really, like, Aery's good on Senna. Because, yeah, you can proc it a lot. And you can pretty easily, like, get some serious poke on people in lane. Also, like, your Biz procs it. I'm pretty sure your ult procs it. If you throw the ult across the map. Yeah, most people go Aery. Because your auto attacks proc Aery as well. It's not, and because you have such a long auto attack range. I don't think, if you don't reveal yourself, I don't think the turrets can target you. Maybe if you get close enough. I'm not entirely sure. I really don't like the lethality build. I've tried it a couple of times. A lot of the top end Sennas aren't doing that on support. It's just too expensive. Like, that's what I always say whenever people ask about any items that are like over 2,400 on most supports. It's just too expensive. You just don't have enough money to buy it. I think you have to go for just like Athene's stuff. I mean, maybe if you're snowballing really hard. The new lethality item, the Umbral thing for 2,400 might be worth getting on Senna, maybe.
But it was only asking for help.
Is it 2,500? Are they buffing it? If it's 2,500, maybe. I think it's 2,600, unless they're changing it on the PvE.
The grave is silent. All the things you never know.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
At 2,500, it certainly becomes a lot more interesting.
Don't make
I'm not flashing for it. I don't think I would have been able to get him.
Those trapped in darkness need light the most.
Minions have
You're probably
spawned.
misremembering the price. I'm pretty sure it's 2,600, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's a pretty big deal. Especially because that has to charge. Swain support would love that. They can't really make it that low because there are champs that get it, and it is pretty strong. It's at least a fairly strong option on some champs that are, like, pretty good. I think, you know, I agree. I think Ornn's pretty underrated right now. I think he's going to be a lot better in a day or two. You know, he did get some representation at Worlds. I have seen some good Orns lately.
My best second life.
So I think he's not that far off. I saw we had a what's his name? The guy that plays GP a lot in one of our games for some reason. I can't remember his name. The guy that's known for GP. The former Diamond or Master guy or whatever. And he was going like Ornn middle with Trinity. Got him. This guy's bad.
Each stone, a sentinel.
This guy is furious.
An enemy has been slain.
Part of me keeps wondering when I'll run into the lantern's walls.
Probably, this is greedy. I probably should have gone for a control ward and a potion here. Yeah, but I'm not I agree Klepto is pretty good on her, but I'm not practicing Klepto because it's getting removed. I'm just practicing this for the preseason. I mean, I'm pretty much locked into my rank.
Too much of something?
Not pretty much, I am, like 100% locked into my rank, so tonight is just kind of practicing stuff. So I'm trying to play Senna whenever I can. Because I do think that she's pretty good, I'm just not that good on her. You can just tell by the way this Heimer's playing it, he's pissed. He's like rage TPs and just runs in.
If something
Has been slain.
The 4-man. Double AP bot lane, the new meta? No, it's not. They're just playing it. I think ADCs are actually pretty good right now.
follow the screams.
They're getting better. Oh, right between them. Damn. Yeah, they done moved hard on that. And we're gonna catch this huge wave bottom.
Don't stand where the gun's pointed.
Through my work, you shall transcend.
I remember my nightmares. Wish I could remember the dream.
It's smaller than the diagram. The sweet smell of science.
Fast as a wave. Keeps returning.
She's still here. probably.
Fear moves like a current.
3.
Oops, I meant to Q.
I remember my lessons.
Yeah, sure, why not? I was about to say Zerath, please. Yo, what's up, Kamoy?
Be free.
Oh, he still has TP. Oh my god, what? Please, Jen. Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
What did he dong me with?
Everything
I don't
that's
even know. He upgraded something, right? I don't even know what he upgraded. Damn, how was I not 6? There's been so many. I hit 6 after he died, I think. Yeah, he did the upgrade missile, I suppose.
Senna, wife, beacon under damn darkness. When can I just be a person? When can I be me?
Damn, come on, guys, you got to turn that around. That was a perfect shot. Is that a trinity of turrets? Yeah, I could have flashed faster, probably. Oh, you got her, Zerath.
Hunted
Just
by
ult
the
her, man.
forces of darkness? Okay. I can
Please.
make this work. The screams of the wraiths are so loud, you can't hear your own.
Shut down.
Oh my god.
Killing spree.
I get priorities, so I can get some vision.
Shut down.
It's harder to hold a hand than hold a gun.
An enemy has been slain.
You will learn what truly is.
I forgot he gets the extra movement speed around his turns. I keep wondering, I'm like, how the hell is he going so fast? should call in the jungler, because you could like bring in the jungler invisible, probably. How much damage? I don't think that does enough to kill him. Damn, I wasn't expecting the flank.
To darkness, light to light.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I didn't push it quite fast enough, but
The last blessing of the eye.
I kind of wanted the gold. Yeah, I was actually really bad positioning. I think I'll be fine though.
The gun's not heavy after all the fear I've been carrying.
An ally has been slain.
I'm gonna wait a second, get this. I should have maybe gotten one more CS. Scripting really hasn't been. There was one season where occasionally you could see a scripter. It's like season 5, but they changed their coding and stuff where you can't do it anymore. I'm pretty sure, or it's like. I guess I could have bolted also. I timed his ult wrong. They're all pushing middle, so I'm just gonna go ahead and push this up.
An enemy has been slain.
The only way out of the mist is through it. Death doesn't leave scars.
Screw that up.
Rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Oh, come on. Y'all trolling. don't know what Kiana's doing. Like goofing around. Jobs suck. Yeah. Well, I'm fortunate enough that I kind of like my jobs. Take up a lot of time, but... Anyways. Alright, well, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank y'all very much for coming out. As always, I appreciate it. I will have a ton of content coming out for you. Starting tomorrow. See if I can do 2 or 3 different videos per day. You know, there's going to be a lot. We got tier lists for every role coming out. We have all kinds of patch notes, in-depth analysis, like map analysis, meta analysis. All this stuff's coming out. So, just stay tuned over the next few days. I'll have as much content out as I can. You know, the only reason I'm not releasing it earlier is because I just want to see the actual real numbers, you know, once they're released. Because not everything, you know, may go through from the PDE. A tier list. Yeah, every champion's good with tier of the goddess. Oh my gosh. Jeez, these kids, dude. It's like, bro, look, I don't know, man. Like, getting high is not necessarily, like, a good thing all the time, but it does help some people out, man. Who have anxiety or just like to chill or whatever. I don't know. Well, I mean, she's banned a lot. The reason I'm playing her is just to practice her. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow. I gotta get some sleep, get over the final, hopefully the final innings of this illness. I'll have all the content for you. You know, like I said, we're gonna be playing every day. We're gonna be streaming every day. You know, just trying to crank out as much as I can for you. So, anyways, that's gonna be it. Have a good day, and we'll see everyone tomorrow.